Good morning, everyone. It's our favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name is Paul.
Yes, it is. And hello, this is Bev.
Hello, Bev, and welcome all of you. Let's see, today is October 17th, 2022. We're just whizzing right through this month.
Boy, no kidding. Oh,
Oh, I can't wait till, one of our shows is on Halloween. You're going to have to figure out your costume here.
oh no way.
I
Oh
can't, I
yeah, we'll
can't
have
wait
to
to see
be
what you'll have.
we'll have to be Mutt and Jeff or something.
Hey, everybody, we got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about, is BioTouch paranormal? All right, so let's not get stuck in that. If you have an idea of what you think paranormal is, write it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. It's a question we always ask in our certification program.
Yep.
And the reason we wanted to talk about this was Bev was just on a show called The Paranormal Extractions with Zoe. And Bev was there talking about her esoteric astrology, and it was all very paranormal.
Yeah, right.
It's like, what? So,
She asked me.
yeah. So we thought we'd relate that whole paranormal idea with BioTouch because a lot of people think BioTouch is paranormal. So let's even talk about what paranormal might be and how it relates to even a little bit of what you were sharing on that show.
I'll just start out by remembering when we do that class, the topic is paranormal, and it's not like we're trying to relate in that class and get everybody's, so their opinion is relative, because we asked everybody, what's paranormal. They each take their turn. But what's interesting, that 99% of the time what I'm hearing from everybody, the first thing is, well, it's something outside the normal perceptions of what is normal.
Right.
That's basically what that is. So it's nobody's ever said, ooh, it's weird and it's woo woo and it's everything, because of how we approach it. What is paranormal? Well, it's something, you know that we don't experience in a regular routine type of thing. It's outside of the box.
So it's interesting. Eileen just wrote on a comment there. She thinks of paranormal alongside the normal.
Okay,
So that's good.
good.
So
Yeah.
so because that's a good question. Then what's normal? Yeah, and
Well,
especially during these times. You
yeah,
talked a lot about that on the Paranormal Extraction show.
I did, because I like what Eileen said, because remember, in part towards the end, when I said everything is a polarity. So if we have, and everything has a parallel. So if we have the normal, we got to have the paranormal, right?
Right,
So
right,
that's a good point. It's that duality. And why not? Because I got to tell you, every large thought form, every idea that's first come has been considered paranormal, and
right,
then the masses agree that okay, it's okay, and it becomes a normal.
right.
So
And I think that's where BioTouch is fitting right now.
yes.
Even though it's been around consciously for 33 years, doesn't really mean much because it's still very paranormal. How can just touching someone with the index and middle finger of each hand lightly on a body be normal? So you have to call it paranormal. Something weird's going on.
Right.
And
Ooh,
so
that's magical. I've had so many.
right.
Ooh, wow, what's that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, in order for BioTouch to be presented as a normal part of our life, so that we don't get this, get thee away,
Right.
we have to have very clear guidelines in our presentation of
Yeah.
BioTouch. And we were talking about that earlier. There's a very set script or data, you use that word. There's some data that you need to understand,
Right. Right.
and we're clear about that presentation always.
Well, we have to be, because I always come back to this, that biotouch, call it what you think it is meant for every one of us. So that, what is that? Every one of us is paranormal? Maybe so. Those, that those guidelines are there just to learn the language so that you can, and it's the same thing with what the other thing I do. I have to learn the language. In order for me to evolve my self-awareness about what I was trying to understand from these guidelines.
Right.
So, it's all relative pretty much, but I always come back to biotouch because if it's meant for every single one of us in this great family called humanity, then is it paranormal? Because normal is what? A sentient thing. It's natural.
Right. And there's nothing more natural than reaching out and touching another human being, especially during these times, and you talked about that on the show too.
Yeah.
These times where the crap is coming up, the darkness is coming up, where,
So be it.
yeah, and we're each on our personal journey, having to see those little dark corners. And
Yeah.
BioTouch is a little light. And we see that in all the different pictures.
Yes.
Different beings that put their little fingers up, and
Right.
they always have lights around it. Or that one with the angel that's reaching, touching.
Absolutely. Gabriel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so we're
So,
all. Go ahead.
that's interesting because who was Gabriel? The messenger angel. Here he is with his fingers out. And what do we always say? BioTouch is a communication technique. You take skin on those fingertips and touch a body with skin, and it has the power to communicate to the cellular level of that body. That's paranormal.
Exactly.
Come on. Although Bruce Lipton wouldn't say so.
Well, and so that's the other aspect we want to go to. We just had Paula come on, and we just want to wish Paula a wonderful healing going on.
Oh,
We know
yes.
she went in to had to look at some really deep, dark corners for herself in her operation that she shared
Right.
freely through her TikTok and her Facebook page. Her endometriosis that was all wrapped up in the colon and the bowels. I saw her mother the other day who said it was even a little more complicated than they thought, but hopefully she's healing, and we're going to all do BioTouch on you here today, Paula. So
Yep.
you just hold on there. You'll feel the paranormal juice.
Yeah, right there. You just said it was paranormal. First of all. We're gonna do that one.
But anyhow, so you talked about Bruce Lipton, and we want to show so people like Bruce Lipton, Gary Schwartz, Dr. Kenneth Stevenson, people who've done the research with us, they only follow the data. They're data oriented, and they might start with a paranormal idea, like Gary Schwartz has gone into survival of consciousness. He's now doing research with are there really angels?
Yeah.
Communication with deceased beings. What's that fine line between the unobstructed and the obstructed? And these are people who got the data about BioTouch. And so we want to make it real clear to everybody that the data shows with almost 1,000 people, and that was it back in 2002 or 2000, somewhere in there, that the data showed there was an effect. BioTouch actually had an effect on another human being.
Right.
And that was a reduction in stress, a reduction in pain, a reduction in our symptoms of disease, and a raise in our interleukin 12 levels and a regulation of our cortisol levels. And so BioTouch in receiving the data has shown it's really quite normal.
Yeah.
Because you can get that with anybody doing it. And so we've decided to actually take a next step into bringing the data. And so Kenna has developed a protocol that we're getting ready to set up and do hopefully at the beginning of the year. She wants to call it the BALL Project, BALL. She wants to call it BioTouch and Links to Longevity. And she says this will investigate the effects of BioTouch on pacing of aging to determine if BioTouch may slow or reverse age-related decline in persons 65 and older.
Wow, look at
Wow.
us, huh?
I mean, and it's interesting because I was talking to her about things like glutathione, carnosine, and she says, there's nothing you can take externally to reverse
Right,
aging.
right.
Those are just, to her, snake oil kinds of ideas. But she really feels that there's something in the dialogue of biotouch, which then moves to Bruce Lipton, where you change the dialogue, you can change the cell memories. And Kenna even said, genetic makeup, just because it's in your genetic makeup doesn't mean you have to live that out.
Right. Think and that's the first message I got when I listened to Bruce Lipton the first time. He said everything we've been told and have professed for 500 years, throw it out,
Right.
because there's nothing that says this is, that was exciting because when you were talking, I was thinking that um, in all of that normalcy, that biotouch, it has the power to change. And here's the quality of your thing. And this is why I'm excited about doing this for people 65 and over, because, a lot of us don't deal with things like that, but much of that group, and it's going to be interesting to see. But it goes deeper than just, does the body going to get better? Because we say that biotouch is really powerful for all stages of life, but it's the quality of the life that biotouch has the power to affect,
Right.
not just the body itself. That's where it all begins. It has to, just makes sense. But all that other stuff that we are.
And that's interesting too, because we talked about in relation to biotouch being an art form. That the
Yes.
paranormal, even artists many times are considered paranormal. And we see biotouch as an art form because we have a very specific set of guidelines. But at a certain point, when you come to your own self awareness in practicing biotouch, you just take off these fingers, and you talked about that body. The body becomes the canvas to
Right.
allow changes to happen at uncountable levels or aspects of our life.
Right.
Whatever, if you believe in souls or spirit or guides or, you know, self awareness, you can call it whatever you want. We see it over and over and over, taking those two fingers and touching another human being, letting ourselves be loved by another human being, opens doors that to many are paranormal because they don't let themselves experience it. It's only
Well,
paranormal because they don't let themselves experience it.
well, right. And that's when we say BioTouch offers those unlimited possibilities. And in that, we don't know what's going to happen with that body. That's a journey that recipient's going to go on themselves. As a associates, we all know that happens for us as well. That's that relationship thing that we always talk about. But the unlimited possibilities, just by letting yourself be touched lovingly by another human being, opens that door. This is a time in our history when what we need possibilities.
Right.
We
Yes.
need to see that there is hope. There is hope here. And I'm a firm believer, or I wouldn't be doing this work with you. I swear I would not. But I know the power of BioTouch to change our lives, and the fact that we all have the opportunity when we practice BioTouch to do just that gives us hope that there's something more than this, this pity party, this whining, and this feeling unloved. And oh my goodness, it goes on and on and on. We're in a very interesting time, and BioTouch is here. It is a ray of light.
Yes.
As what our last show is all about, or the one before. BioTouch is light.
And it's time for, Jenny's reading this book, and the main theme of the book is it's time to take responsibility and speak up. during these times. And what a perfect way to speak up, regardless of your belief system, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on. When you can speak up with BioTouch, you allow that, I hate to call the word truth, you allow that which is within me, but it's also within you. You really get a chance to see that we're all here together as human beings. I always like to say we're all bozos on this boat.
Yep.
You know, and BioTouch equalizes the playing field and allows us all to begin to help one another, to heal one another, instead of kill one another, instead of constantly bashing one another and bitching to one another. So it's not paranormal. This is very normal. This is normal life. The paranormal is the crap we're going through. That's paranormal.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have that taking responsibility. My goodness, that's even in our vision statement, to help each other take responsibility for our own health and to become part of that circle. Okay, that is the normal.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not paranormal.
So
it's normal.
So
this is who we're supposed to be.
Right, and let's do something real normal now. We've always taught this with the BioTouch, when the pandemic happened. So we're going to take Paula Taylor, and we're going to picture Paula Taylor. Those of us who know her, we're going to picture her face. Those who don't know her, just picture her name, Paula Taylor, Taylor. And picture her. We're all gonna do the greeting on her. So we're gonna lead you through the greeting. So you're gonna take the 2 fingers of your dominant hand, and we're gonna work with her. We're gonna also learn it. Take the 2 fingers of your dominant hand, and you want to find point 1 just below your breastbone. Feel it gets soft, and you're gonna touch there on your skin as you're thinking of Paula, and you're gonna hold that 6 to 8 seconds at the end of your breastbone. All right. You're going to take that same dominant hand, and if you feel in the back of your neck, follow your neck down, and if you lean your head forward, there's this big bone that pops out. You take that same dominant hand there and you move it to the left about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That's point 2 of the greeting. And you hold that for 6 to 8 seconds. Boom. The healing process has happened. Paula, we send you lots of love and healing thoughts. We got the juice.
Love juice.
I love juice. So it's easy for you to learn BioTouch. Go to justtouch.com. We have another workshop coming up in about a week from Thursday. Yeah. It's going to be a great little show on food allergies. We got Mary Tyler, who's a nutritional therapy practitioner. Check out her website called nerdynutritionist.com. She is a trip and a half. She's on a process of getting certified also to incorporate BioTouch into her practice. Yay. So we're excited about that. And we're excited to see her presentation. Very fun, loving woman. We're really going to enjoy the show with her. So that's Thursday, October 27th, 6 p.m. Arizona time. But of course, it'll always be on our YouTube, our Facebook, and also if you want to get on our email list, just send us office@justtouch.com, and you can get all of our updates that we go through. Well, that was a paranormal experience. Once again.
Once again, here we are.
Yep. Folks,
two bozos.
These Monday shows to us are very paranormal. When we're done with them, we sort of look at each other and go, huh? What did we just say?
I have to play them back because I'm like, oh, I don't remember saying that.
Right. So we would love to address any question you have. I've always said I could relay horse manure to BioTouch. So
right.
That's paranormal.
You got the ability to do that, I know.
It's my life. And when something becomes your life, everything revolves around it. And BioTouch, yes, and BioTouch has helped me accept all aspects of my life too. Yeah. It's helped me with my judgments about things and situations. So it works on a lot of different levels. So try it out. We're here to teach it. Thank you, Bev.
Thank you, Paul.
And thank you, everyone, for letting us into your home. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain. So it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away.